Good evening, everyone. How are you doing tonight? We are back, and we are going to be painting the Whitey Ghoul King. Paint! Paint! What's up, Crow? I got Tommy here because we're gonna talk some horror stories and kind of just shitpost. But
yeah, mostly shitpost. I don't know too many horror stories.
Well, there's some you want me to tell you, but like it's like I said,
I really want to know Mary's phone in particular. If you look that up,
I did not have time to actually research that one. I know the story in passing, but it's like
that's all I really want.
Yeah, because it's a the version I heard was, hold on, let me get through the start here. Anyway, we're back. We're gonna paint Ushoran. We're gonna put some color on him. I don't know if we're gonna finish him tonight. He's a big boy. Probably take a few streams because I wanna make. He's a centerpiece. Let's make sure he looks good. You know. My ghoul. I've painted my ghouls on stream. This one's not done yet. You know, I should grab a ghoul that's done actually, just so I can show you my color scheme for them.
Horror story, real life horror. Prof looked in the fridge and found there was no vodka. that was a good one from the other side of the room, buddy.
I was hoping you could hear it.
I can barely hear it.
True horror. Ah! All right, so this is my. Is this actually showing up? I have my chat window in the way. This is my ghoul paint scheme. This is my abhorrent Ghoul King. So this is the color scheme we're going with for Ushoran. Because Ushoran, if you don't know, he's the one of the original vampires of the Warhammer Fantasy world. However, he devolved into madness after the War of the Undead. I primed him earlier, so my hands already have primer on him. But he descended into madness, but was such a powerful sort of a magician that like his psychoses actually started warping the world around him. And
like Sanguine.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. And so him and his followers ended up becoming the first crypt ghouls because he ran and hid with a cannibalistic tribe, and his delusions started turning them into undead. And then if he gives them their blood, you see how this guy has like little fledgling wings and stuff. If he gives them some of his blood, they actively start to take on like more draconic and demonic appearances, because that's how his vampire curse manifested itself. He actually used to be the most attractive vampire in the Warhammer setting. So Ushoran's story is great. Yeah, exactly. Ushoran's story is amazing. I'm gonna do a lore video on him. I did rewrite my Nagash video script. I just need to record it and actually edit it. But I have him, Nagash, Ushoran, Neferata, Ark in the Black. God, I've done all undead. I really should do someone that isn't undead. Maybe I'll write one up about Techless. Hello, kitten. That was adorable.
Mao. Shitty hive mind. Meow 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 meow. This is quality content we're making here. I did the Meow Mix commercial. Prof Stream's gonna get the DMC'd because of how good that was.
I was trying to catch Rosie so I should make her say hi to the stream, but she ran away from me. I walked in there.
I was just shit posting for a moment.
I could hear. I walked in there to put my Ghoul King back, and she was hiding by my display case, and did the little kitten pop up, "I'm gonna get you," and then ran away. It was adorable. But yeah. So if I catch her, I'll make her say hi. You hear that, kitten?
This is a Halloween. This is Halloween. Kitten. I'm gonna make you do something.
Aha! I have caught you. You thought you could get away, but you were on tile floors, ma'am. So we're gonna paint the most important monster of all. Oh god, hi. Say hi, Rosie. Say hello.
That looks like what my old cat used to look like before she got tossed out in the middle of winter.
Yep, this is the kitten. Look how
Yeah,
big she's gotten already.
Saw...
She's gotten so big already.
Yeah.
But yes, the kitten.
Yes, the kitten.
This is my Bio Titan. Little goblin. Yeah, exactly. All right, sweetie, you can run away now. It's fine. Here. Oh, look.
If you let her loose on the table, there's a huge chance she might knock off all your pieces or the enemy pieces, or just jump off the table.
Yeah, Bio Goblin. like Crow said, my little goblin. She's my.
It's how you flip the table, but you might want to win, so you just say, "Here's a kitten."
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get started on Ushoran here. We're probably gonna do his base first. I would like to get his. We should get his base and his body done so we could build everything around it. Because like, that goes on like that. With without the stick in his back.
That spot unlocked. Hell yeah.
Showed her there's a location. Oh well, I mean she ran away from it because I'm sitting here, so she does not think that she should be here all the time. At least not yet. New nap spot unlocked.
Not yet.
Her kitty predecessor always liked to sleep here, which was a little bit of a problem, but
I could fall asleep on Prof's desk and breathe in all the paint fumes. I'd die first.
Please don't drink my paint. Paint's expensive.
I'll pay. I'll reimburse you for the paint I drink.
Why was my paint... Okay, whatever. That might be why my primer wasn't working super well. My fucking regulator was turned up to 30 PSI. Alright.
So anyways, speaking of tasting the paint, I ate Prof's paint and now the rainbow is inside of me.
Alright, we need... the rainbow's inside you, huh? Is that what we're going with? Yeah. So anyway, no, the story, Mary's phone. Yeah, Mary's phone story. Lock up the Nuln Oil, yeah, for real. But between him and Blazer, people are just trying to take shots of my Nuln Oil. Like, that shit's expensive, guys.
I am not trying to take shots of anything in particular. I am a very free... I will take shots of the least expensive stuff in there.
Doesn't this look good? They don't even make the gloss one anymore. Doesn't this look tasty?
I can't see. Why do you expect me to say that something looks tasty, motherfucker?
Say yes.
No. It looks like glass.
It's literally gloss. It's the black shade I use mixed with gloss clear coat is what it is.
Okay. I was talking about the outside of it looking like glass.
Oh, it's plastic.
Okay. Well, then I'll chew on that.
Where the fuck's my greatcoat gray? Hold on, let me find this. I'll tell you the story in a second. I gotta actually find the color I need.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, I am almost out of this. Shit. Oh,
I currently am dying of high blood sugar because I got Zam to purchase me some chips yesterday.
Well, stop that.
I'll stop that, but it's not going to stop me from having high blood sugar.
Okay, fair. You know, there are it's like with lactose intolerance. Like I've known two types of diabetics. The I can always take the insulin if I need it, and the well, I'm gonna go out of this world enjoying something.
Yeah, it's sort of the fatalist mindset that you get when you have a life-changing disease.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have both.
Yeah, well, it depends on the day.
Yeah, I mean, you've been there on every single possible day of from depression to happiness for me,
Yeah.
and then fucking. On days where I'm perfectly fine, it's like, yeah, I'm taking my blood sugar as I should. On days like today, I'm happy, so I ate some chips. I shouldn't have, but I did.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about that story before we forget.
All right.
I don't know
I'm
the
not
whole.
gonna forget.
Like I said, I don't really know the story like entirely because it's one of those I've heard of it, but I never really took time to research it yet.
Just tell me the baseline.
So, little girl, the version I heard, which I know there's a couple versions. The first version I heard was, little girl was given a Western style doll by a soldier that was friends with her parents, a little Japanese girl. Something happens, she loses the doll, leaves the doll, abandons the doll gets broken. Like there's 3 or 4 different ways I've heard the story. So the little girl is, obviously like a little upset about this, but she kind of moves on, gets a different one and everything. And then one day the phone rings, and on the other end of the line, there's this small voice, and it just goes, "You forgot about me," or something to that effect.
It repeats it 3 times.
Yeah,
I know that's a big part of the story.
The one I heard was it calls 3 days in a row. So that's
that could be it. That could be it, but I know that it was 3 times.
Yeah, the original version I heard was it calls 3 days in a row. So it calls the first day, "You forgot about me," and it's the second day is, "How could you forgot about me?" And the third day is, "I'll never let you forget about me." And that's the story I heard. And
then you just get cut with a knife.
And then in the middle of the night,
that's the nice one.
yeah. In the middle of the night, the little girl is maimed. There's I heard both she's maimed and I've heard she's killed. Both ways. So
yeah, probably.
So I mean, it's Japanese folklore. It's like, when you talk about Japanese folklore, you've got stuff from like the Kushiaka Onna, the slit mouth woman that will either maim you or kill you.
Based on your answer, yes.
Based on your answer, or you've got stuff like the Kappa that steals your soul out your asshole. So
yeah, that one's true.
What up, Ramses?
I know that one.
Wait, did you not know about that one?
Oh no, I knew about that one.
Okay. Yeah,
I know about a lot of Japanese yokai only because of Toho.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was always my favorite one because Kappa will literally like reach into your. So they believe that I don't remember what it's called, but it's an orb that's like up in a person's like anal cavity that contains their soul, and I don't know why the Japanese believe this, but the legend goes that is a Kappa's favorite like snack. So if they beat you in a game of gambling, or they catch you off guard, they'll literally steal your soul through your butt to eat it. And how you feeling today, Ramses?
Yep.
We're talking about weird Japanese yokai at the moment. If you couldn't tell. Sorry, buddy. That was a bad time.
I've seen a hentai about that once.
oh, this is like much. What? You just walk back into Kappa steal. I mean, yeah, that's the original legend. Kappa stole people's souls. Hold on, I gotta look this up. What is the name of the orb that Kappa steal?
God, that's been so long since I don't even remember.
I don't.
I can go through an entire list of yokai from fucking Toho and ask you about every one of them.
Human-like beings. They are often accused of assaulting humans in water, removing a mythological organ called the I'm gonna mispronounce the shit out of this. Shirikodama from their victim's anus.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. I'm
not cool. We're talking about people getting their soul sucked out through their ass.
I mean, some people think that's just a good date night.
Yeah, but I'm not I.
We're doing good. We're painting we're painting my boy Ushoran tonight. I just got started. I'm trying to figure out where all my colors went.
They went inside of me. Don't we? We already went over this.
Yes, please stop eating my stuff. I gotta deal with Blue eating my wires. Now I gotta deal with you eating my shit. Come on.
No, I actually reimbursed you though.
Oh, fair.
I reimbursed you by purchasing I basically purchased your new thing that you're getting.
Yeah. How was shit? Okay.
Huh? I don't really like shit, and I mean, how was shit? And
no,
it goes.
I almost dropped my airbrush, and then the kitten walked by my leg, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
How was Code Veronica, bud?
It's almost as good as when Krem said that. Tama, I threw my mouse. Tama, I threw my mouse.
Oh, were you scaring the shit out of him the other day?
I just scared him on the first night he did one of those. Did you not see the clip?
I don't remember. Probably not.
It's like the only clip in his clip channel.
Okay, I haven't looked at his clips in a while. You're done, but you don't want to play like it. You know, Code Veronica used to be my favorite Resident Evil game, but I think it's Resident Evil 7 now.
Just because I'm even if you had an Autobot, I am VIP. And I are a good boy.
I'll watch it in a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just saying, it's a good one.
Yeah.
he was so distressed he threw his freaking mouse.
Actually, I might have seen it. I think Aurora might have sent it to me.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, no, that is very much a product of its time, Ramses. That is a very true point.
Yeah, it's just early 2000s.
Yeah, I know. There was another game I played from that time period earlier, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I was thinking about playing this on stream, but nah. I cannot remember which one it was. Oh, speaking of that, we will be starting Silent Hill 2 next week. Next Monday.
Aurora wanted me to play that, but I decided I don't want to spend money on a Silent Hill game because I've never had before.
Very close to pulling the stream. Yeah, you just kind of gotta, like, be, hey, you know, this was made this, you know, things were different. I don't agree with that stuff. And you just be honest with it. I think that's the best. I think that's the best way to go about it. I don't know if that's what everyone would do, but I mean, my favorite game of all time is Legend of Dragoon, and there's some problematic parts in that game too. So
yeah, well,
some very like we'll just misogynistic parts of that.
I'm sure that in like 10 or 20 years, we'll think that these times were a mistake too.
I mean,
just how it goes.
I think anytime I live is a mistake.
Yeah, well, I'm also not afraid to slap your shit.
We all agreed the 2000s were a mistake. Yeah, exactly.
I love the 2000s. It came out with some of my favorite video games. I don't know what you're talking about.
The 2000s, all my friends lived there. Where?
I mean, you have to take the good with the bad in any era, so it's like, whatever.
All right. Anyway, back to realistic topics like Kappa's eating people's asses. Oh no.
All right, Prof. Tell me the story of Princess Kaguya, the Flight of the Bamboo Cutter.
Oh God.
Give me the baseline notes.
Oh, is that the Rachi?
No, that's the 6 Impossible Treasures.
Oh God, I can't quote that one off the top of my head.
I can quote most of it, but I can't name the 6 Impossible Treasures, which is just that a princess came from the moon, In order
Yeah.
to marry her, she demanded 6 impossible tasks, 6 impossible items. If you got the 6 items, she would marry you. Nobody
Well,
could get them. She went back to the moon. The end.
I mean, I can like name, like I can tell the story of like Susanoo getting kicked out of heaven and stuff like that.
I gave the very light cliff notes.
Yeah, well, Susanoo is involved in that. That's the only reason I was thinking about that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of I could explain Toho lore all day, but I would also get mixed with fandom lore because it's been such a fucking long time since I actually paid attention to anything like that I would not remember the difference between fandom and actual Toho and actual lore.
There's this really, really great book called Zeus Writes Boring Stories, I think is what it's called. It's it like modernizes and tells a lot of like myths in modern day, and it's got like everyone. It's got like the Yoruba in it. It's got it's got a couple of the native tribes culture stuff in it. It's got Incan, Aztec. It tells the story of chalk widening the Amazon, but it tells it in like modern like 2010 lingo.
That's interesting.
And it's a fantastic book. I kind of want to get it and like read some excerpts out on stream. You know what? The last time I saw my copy, I let Krim borrow it. I don't know whatever happened to it.
Toilet paper.
He probably used it as toilet paper. That's true.
Look, man, I'm just shitposting tonight. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, speaking
just like Krim did with your book.
Speaking of that, Ramses. I don't know if Ramses is still here. Next month, I'm gonna start like trying to hyper focus on my hobby stuff for a while because I want to try to kill my backlog as much as I can. Would you want to do one of the? Would you want to do a tandem hobby again sometime in that time period? We can sort out the deals later, but that was a lot of fun, and I would love to do it.
Please, please.
Please. Yeah, just we'll sort out the day later, bud. But yeah, starting for anyone that doesn't know, starting next month, I'm gonna cut back quite a bit on the games for a while. And you've all seen pictures of my backlog. I don't know if we're just gonna do painting and we'll do some Gunpla or what, but we're gonna try to knock a large portion of my backlog out for like November and probably December. I have a few things like I know I will be playing Chrono Trigger with Easy at some point in that time period because
You have to give me more than one day when you get your model done, motherfucker.
Well, we're probably not doing my model until my birthday. So I'm probably holding the model off until my birthday at this point.
I don't know when that is. I didn't pay attention.
February.
Is that January? Okay, February. Okay, got it.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. I just need to know so that I can have more than 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, no, we're hoping by then. True. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I'm just saying I need more than 1 day because it's been a time.
Yeah, we're I need some of that. I need some of that. Hold on, let me find these. I need my Agrax. There's my Agrax. Yeah, because
oh sorry.
It's not super far from being done, but then Lunecra has to rig it, and like she doesn't know how long it's gonna actually take because this is gonna be a new adventure for her.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I need at least 4 days in advance to learn how to play one of the 4 characters I plan on playing against you during the first day.
Oh, the BlazBlue day, yeah.
Yeah.
What you bought? You got some glass files? Wait, are you talking about the ones that are like the little fiber? Fuck, I had some. They look like. Where is it? I don't know where they are. Oh god, I hope the kids didn't get them. They look kind of like this army painter brush here, but they've got like fiber pieces coming out. Yeah. Don't touch those. They hurt. I have I had glass shards in my hand for a while.
Oh, jeez.
So what it is, they're really cool. They're really good. You use them to take off. Like, if I ever shown you, do I have a model that I can show you on? Have I ever explained what a mold line is to you, Tama?
No.
Okay, let me see if I have a model here I can show you. Because I clean my mold lines pretty religiously, so I'm not sure if I have one. You still got some stuff on the... No. No.
Yeah.
So mold lines are literally what they sound like. And it is... So, like, on this guy...
I'll look.
Let me see if I can find one. See, GW's been getting pretty good about hiding them. But, you can see where I scraped them off a little bit. Mold lines, you can kind of see it there, which I don't know if the light's going to take it out. It's literally where the molds for the casting meet, and it leaves a little bit of an indentation outwards. So,
okay.
Normally, if you've seen me clean them by taking my razor blade and scraping my razor along it. And the things that Ramses is talking about, they're little glass fibers that you do that with, and it gets a super fine, and you don't risk gouging the plastic like I sometimes do with my my razor blade. Yes, I tested. I cut a few times. I was cut a few times by the teeth, but yeah, no, it takes the flashing off like crazy. They are so nice, but they are mildly expensive for a wear product. So. Which ones did you get? Which brand did you get? I actually wouldn't mind getting some more. Where is my...
Yeah, you focus most of your artistic creativity on models. I focused most of my artistic creativity on words. And it didn't pay off.
I mean, I've written a few stories too.
I have not written a story.
Hey, Odie. What's that? You got steady? Okay. I'll have to look those up. Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, what I've noticed is that people either extremely like me or just hate my guts from the start.
Where the... There it is.
There's just no in-between for me.
I feel like that's a lot of people, though.
Not really. Sometimes you can fake a friendship with people for years, and you know exactly what I mean.
Cheers.
But what I mean by that is that there was this... Oh, no, I'm not talking any bad about somebody. There was just this one person that...
No, I missed a hydrate from Crow 20 minutes ago. Sorry, Crow.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that there's just somebody that didn't like how I was close with my friends to the point of where they'd... if I asked Derek or Zam or Aurora or pretty much anybody, even you, for like $10 to do something, I don't think that many of you would hesitate unless you literally couldn't, because you know I'd pay you back.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that. Like, they really didn't like the fact that I was close enough with my friends to just be like, hey, I need to borrow this and I'll pay you back. And they're like, yeah, no, that's fine. Literally everybody, including Derek, who, you know Derek.
Yeah.
I complain about him all the time. You know Derek.
Yeah.
But that's what I was trying to say, is that he really didn't like that, and me and him did not do well.
Isn't that a customer service voice? Yes, that is exactly what he's describing as a customer service voice. The faking a friendship. Customer service voice.
I didn't know that.
It was a joke.
I know, but it makes sense, but
it does actually.
Yeah. But I don't make friends. I very quickly find out who are friends and who are not. And even you've seen, like, my ability to make a really good friend when they are really good. You, in fact, are that.
Thank you.
I'm not calling you good because I know how you feel about that, but I'm talking that you are a good friend to me.
Man, I suck at everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, a good friend does not mean that they are good. Like, I think you are, but you don't. Whatever, we're not going to get into that.
I get what you mean. It's fine.
Okay, I'm just making sure. But yeah, I have that really good ability to just make a friend really well. And then fucking if somebody hates me, they're gonna hate me quickly.
Alright. Side note, what color do I do the cloth? Get good?
Orange.
Orange on red, though.
Oh, I didn't see the red.
Oh, you... Oh,
Are you doing a dark red?
Hold on, let me grab my ghoul again. Need scale pigeons?
Okay.
Go buy me the pigeons! You know where I live, Odie!
You Dukes of Hazzard orange, Prof.
No!
What? Do Naruto Uzumaki orange. See, they a second the orange. See, Prof?
Yeah, Odie doesn't get a choice on that. Alright, I did brown on this guy. So yeah,
well, then you should be fine doing orange.
That's my color scheme for my ghouls.
That's fair.
So.
See, yeah, orange would be perfectly fine.
Damn right you're not people, Odie. And I got multiple people to back me up on that. Let me call them. I work with Odie, for the record. He's a friend of mine for work.
And no problem. At least it's not Soul Calibur.
No, he wouldn't play Soul Calibur with me at the last company mandated fun time. He just sat there
Yeah,
and watched.
well. People that wouldn't play Soul Calibur with me if they knew how I actually played. Which is dirtbag. Rob can tell you that I play dirtbag in Soul Calibur 6.
Hey, remember that friend that Antares and I were telling you about that can rapidly do the perfect dodge with 2B? There's the bloodstone. That's what I need. This is him. As always, a good red starts with a brown. Where the fuck is my sanguine base?
The last Soul Calibur stream that we had on near my birthday, was just pure bullying. And not Prof bullying me. To be fair, what?
I was about to be fair, every one of our Soul Calibur streams turns into a bowling situation.
Haha, to be.
Where
Look,
is
Rob,
my sanguine base? There's a new
Look,
one,
Rob,
but I haven't opened one.
I'm not always trying my hardest, okay? You don't need to worry about that.
I know. There it is. Yeah? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I found it. Alright. It was 2 or 3? Yeah, I never played 5, actually. I played...
5, I was way better at 5 than I ever was at 6, if that tells you anything.
That's terrifying. I played...
Actually a good Ezio player, which was rare.
The last one I played was 4, I think. I don't remember. Who was the
if you think that having a D-pad would stop me from quarter circling, I think you're sadly mistaken, considering that I use only a 360 circle D-pad to play.
Like when we were playing with Neffy and I said something and she goes, "What do you mean you're not using the D-pad?" And I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean you're using the D-pad?"
Yeah, like for me, it's she doesn't use the D-pad, or she uses the D-pad because she's playing Zangief. You don't need the D-pad for Zangief, and full circles are easier without the D-pad, or with the D-pad. I play using a 360 circle D-pad, which is technically just the left thumbstick, but a D-pad. So technically, I'm with you, Prof. You use the D-pad? I don't. I just use the D-pad.
Which just terrifies me.
What, I use a 360 circle D-pad?
No, just the concept of using a D-pad in a fighting game.
I use the same thing as you, which is
no, that's I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I just personally don't I don't think I could do it without actual thingies. I have a brain, I think.
It's true, but also, like, the last time that I owned a controller that was an Xbox 360 controller, I broke the D-pad so bad rolling it that it just permanently, every controller that I've ever played with that I have to use the D-pad in, actual D-pad in, I just break.
Ramsey says he's got one of those too.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
What do you do?
I spent that time looking for the brown, and I sprayed the red instead of the brown.
Anyways. Yeah, out of the fighting game people in here, I really hate to throw Sakna under the bus in my group of friends, but he knows how to cheese things the most. He's not actually the best fighting game player. He is the most cheesiest fighting game player, and he will find the most BS things to win, but...
I have friends like that. Not fighting games, but...
Just in general, I know. You've told me.
Yeah. I don't get very competitive. Like, fighting games, I don't get very competitive. I view them more of a, I view them more as party games. Yeah.
To be fair, I don't exactly fight you as if I'm competitive, but I'm always doing stupid shit.
Yeah. No, they're more
just
party
because
games.
Stupid shit works doesn't mean that just because stupid shit works doesn't mean that I'm trying.
Yeah, that's fair. Bonus coat. Yeah, exactly. Bonus coat. Yay. Ah, fuck. Alright.
Like, I generally don't try my hardest in fighting games because everybody besides Sakuna that I play against would just hate me. I mean, you've seen me read you in particular in any fighting game, right? Except for your Guilty Gear, but that's because I don't know what I'm doing.
It's not fucking hard, I just don't stop attacking.
Yeah, you know who doesn't stop attacking even more than you? I.
Okay, that's fair.
He does not press the block button whatsoever. I made him press the block button. That's how hard I bullied him for attacking overly. You at least know what the A button is in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, Neffy's
actually X button because yeah.
Yeah, Neffy's the reason I really started hitting the block button.
Well, if I'm fucking up. If I punish you for not pressing the block button, then I can't punish you when I can't do what I need to if you're gonna block it.
Yeah.
If I let you get away with BS, I can pull some even bigger BS later on, is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like that's the one thing that I think is the thing.
Pavlov conditioning. Pavlovian conditioning.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly it.
And then we'll let that rest, and then we'll spray more red back on there. And then after that, we're gonna do some dry brushing. You know what? I think we should work on the main. Or, you know, well, the main and the cape are probably gonna be roughly the same. Actually, the main's gonna get a black coat because I play the version I play is called Blister Skin. They live on the in the realm of fire, and they are like all charred corpses and stuff. So that's why I went with the red, because it's supposed to be like blistered and like charred and like red toned skin from the burns and stuff. So one of Ushoran's delusions in Age of Sigmar is that no matter where he goes, he starts taking on the local tribes' like aesthetics. So
I offer myself as tribute for Lunecra to stab.
Oh, sorry, her. You want to stab? No, she has to stab me.
No, me first. Actually, why don't you do it as both at the same time?
I'm closer.
That is true. You could stab through him and get to me second.
Tell a stab.
Get like that one Kingsman scene where Harry pushes the flagpole through two people.
Oh, in the church?
Yeah.
It's such a good... I love that movie.
Yeah, it is. It's good. God.
I need Umbral Umber. Hey, it's the first one I picked up this time! Let's fucking go!
And I could explain for literal, not hours, but like at least 10 to 20 minutes on the intricacies of a fighting game and shit like that. But the main thing is that I am very hard to condition, and sometimes that just works in my favor, and sometimes it just completely destroys me.
Become your biggest weakness.
You're trying to say that my biggest weakness is not being able to be conditioned?
No, I'm saying become your biggest weakness. I'm not saying that is your weakness. Just I'm shitposting.
Oh, become my biggest weakness. Become conditionable.
You know, I think I am gonna order some of those glass fibers, Ramses. Like I haven't had them in so long, and I was like remembering how nice they were. I gotta wait. I gotta wait and figure out what we're gonna do. All right, so that is his robe. That can go there to dry. I don't think we're gonna have to do another coat. All right. I think what we're probably gonna do is get most of the base coating done tonight, and then maybe Friday. Maybe we'll go back to painting Friday. I don't know. Tomorrow we've got the Devour update with Eye, Egg, and Blue. Wednesday I'm playing Mouthwashing, which I know nothing about except Krim tells me that it's a mindfucky game. I don't know. Do you know anything about that one, Tama?
Yeah, I looked up the ending.
Oh, do you?
And it explains everything, yeah.
Is it mindfucky?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it good mindfucky?
The horror aspect or what happens?
Yes.
Horror aspect, yes. Mindfucky thing, maybe.
Okay. Cool. I'm kind of looking forward to it then, because like I looked at it a little bit. And I'm like, it looks very what how do I say this? It looks very Happy Tree Friends in a way, where it's like it's kind of got that like unsettling but like bright like look to it, and a lot of the things I've seen about it, except the dude tied to a chair that I saw when I raided Krim the other day. So. But also, like, I didn't think, like, Signalis was amazing, and I didn't think that game looked very interesting at first either. But it was absolutely amazing. Which, by the way, if you haven't played Signalis yet, I highly recommend it.
I don't usually play things people recommend to me unless they play with me.
Well, Signalis is a single player game.
Yeah, I don't usually play single player games.
So the whole concept of Signalis is you're a lifelike android that was on a deep space exploration, like a one-way deep space exploration, and things happen, and you're trying to find the human officer from that exploration for reasons. Yeah, I can explain it to you if you really want to. I just want to give people time to leave if they want to play.
I don't.
The Amazing Digital Circus Core. Yeah, Amazing Digital Circus Core is a very good way of putting that. Which I didn't
want to say the last single player game that I have added to my library is a hentai.
That sounds right. I want to play what's that new Persona S game? Metamorphose or whatever.
Metaphor.
Metaphor, yeah.
It's good. And the best part is you don't have to worry about waifus.
No waifus. Shit tier game. Oh.
It's still good.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that, Ramses. Like, Amazing Digital Circus-esque. I didn't watch Amazing Digital Circus the first couple months because, like, I kept looking at it and going, yeah, I'm not gonna like this. And then I watched it and I'm like, oh, this is fantastic.
I feel like that's about most things that I pulled off watching or playing, is that they're amazing things, but I just don't do it.
There's I have this other thing where if like people keep telling me and bugging me to play stuff, it makes me not want to do it. So
yeah, I know that. I know that's most people.
Trying to think, there was a game very recently that triggered that pretty heavily for me that I still haven't played.
Oh, that you still haven't played? Okay, it wasn't me.
Yeah, no, like I can't remember what it is. There's a reason I still haven't watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I haven't watched Breaking Bad either.
People keep telling me that I need to watch it and that I'm gonna fucking adore it and stuff, and I'll be honest, I'm not interested in it.
No, Prof. We both know that it's one of those cases where you'll probably really love it, but you're gonna hate it until you actually watch it. Maybe one day, never.
No, you see, Odie, the thing is, I want to play Outlast. I just have to find time to play Outlast.
Yeah. Like, let's be fair, it's probably good, but it's not as hype as people are making it out to be.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I've been burned too many times. Like, I don't like Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
I hate Game of Thrones, in fact.
I don't like Robert Jordan's writing style. Or not Robert Jordan, George R. R. Martin. I love Robert Jordan. But, like, I don't know. I can't read the books. I can't... By all intents and purposes, I should love the series, but the dude's style is just not great.
Oh, I know. You should try Prof. Play the Yakuza series.
I actually am kind of interested in playing the Yakuza series. It's just a matter of I know there are long games and it's a lot to dedicate to. Just like the Xeno series, I keep putting it off just to piss off Visceral. But like I do genuinely want to play them. I've played Gears before and I love it. I've played the first Saga game and I loved it. I just have never played the Blade games.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I love the Yakuza series, but
I just know it's an investment. It's a time investment.
It's a time investment if you want to experience the games like you should.
Yeah. You know, when I started streaming, I actually intended on focusing on JRPGs and stuff quite a bit more than I do. And then like I did Chained Echoes. And don't get me wrong, I fucking loved that game. Like, I don't know if Easy's here or not, but like we went on. Easy invited me on his his podcast and stuff, and we talked about Chained Echoes, and like it basically turned into us 2 hours of us ranting about how much we love Chained Echoes and why everything about the game was wrong and they should have done it in a different way, but we still adored it. It was really funny. But like,
I don't think there's a single thing that we could talk about for hours. A single thing.
I don't know. I'm sure there's something.
Well, I mean, maybe, but...
Yeah. See, playing Mahjong all the time in Yakuza. Exactly. Mahjong's where the real game is, right?
God, I don't want to spend 5 hours playing Chinese solitaire.
I actually don't know how to play Mahjong. I've always been slightly interested in it, but I don't know how to play.
Like I said, I don't want to spend 5 hours learning how to play Chinese Mahjong.
Chinese Mahjong, huh?
Yeah. I realized that I was going to fuck it up, so I just doubled down and said Chinese Mahjong.
Oh, fuck me. I should have painted his head. You need to be brown and then red.
Then orange.
No orange! There will be no orange on the Ghoul King!
But you asked for orange, so I gave you orange. That's how that works, right?
You know, actually, if I wanted to paint orange, I could always paint Sunspot. Sunspot and Warlock came out for Marvel Crisis Protocol a while back.
No. I gave you the color I wanted. You gave me the choice, and I gave it back, Prof.
Okay, well, there you go. This brown is a little orange, okay?
Like, I don't know things enough to spend hours talking about them just because I'm very bookdom.
I could spend hours reciting 40k lore, people.
Alright, so in order to understand the beginning of Touhou, you have to understand that there's two people. You have to understand Rainbow's power is the ability to fly, and it's a JoJo-ass power because she flies away from reality. That's the very beginning.
No, you
but
can't
also
just...
also in the very beginning, she doesn't know how to fly because she has to use the other means to fly.
What I'm hearing is, no, you can't just jetpack away from your problems. But he did, indeed, just jetpack away from his problems.
Yeah, it is. And let's go into what a gap yokai is, and why it's one of the most powerful things in all of Touhou.
Touhou is a terrifying thing to me. You know that, right?
You mean the concept of beings that could literally snap you out of existence, eat your history, explode you, be outside of time itself, be outside of the threads of fate to the point of where a vampire that deals with changing fate can't do anything to you. You revive, that same person revives. Kaguya from the Flight of the Bamboo Cutter also took a elixir that makes her immortal and does the exact same thing. So did her nurse. Her bunny has the ability to cause hallucinations in people, but says that it's the ability to make you go insane. The bunny that you think is the pet is actually one of the strongest people inside Earth because they're an Earth bunny leader. And let's see, that's all in one game basically.
Yeah, no. The fact is that that's all in one game, right? And then the Touhou games are like bullet hells, aren't they?
The reason why it's a bullet hell, and I'll explain this very simply, is so that people don't die when something goes wrong, because in the first couple games, Reimu straight up kills somebody because there's no Damaku.
Yeah, because, they're straight up, they're bullet hell. They're bullet hells, and then, you get deeper into it, and it's shit like that, and you're just like, huh. Okay. That's fine, that all makes sense and all, but, what? It just seems like for as much lore as Touhou has, to put that in such a simplistic, style of game, I know you can have complicated bullet hells, but, just the core style of it, it boggles my mind because like I don't know. I grew up primarily playing like JRPGs, survival horror games, stuff like that. Like, you know, Pokemon.
Well, it's not. I have to say, it's not because Toho has that deep of lore. It's because, well, it does, but
Well,
it's not
I know
because
it's
the games have that
primarily
deep of lore. It is the
primarily
legend behind
yeah.
behind everything, because everything has a legend behind it that Zun did not create.
Well, it's
Yapyokas are a thing.
It's like
Fucking beings that can read your heart and all are a thing.
it's like talking about Fate Stay Night lore, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's okay, that's cool. Well, so to understand the Fate Stay Night, we need to start talking about the Akashic Record. And it's like, well, what's the Akashic Record? And then you would go into like a 10-hour lecture explaining the surface level details of the Akashic Record.
Well, the thing is that I don't have to explain shit either, because if we're talking about just the games, I could be like, all right, the Toho 9, people escape from the moon. Moon wants them back. They make a barrier so that if the night passes, the moon, there's no pathway to that land anymore from the moon, and the people are like, we can't have that, so they make a night that's quote unquote stays forever. But it's only so that the night doesn't pass and the gateway gets closed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
for some reason.
I was gonna say Ramses. Like I know what you can rant about. I have seen it. It's impressive, actually. But then again, that is another one that like. So I don't know if you know Tama, but Ramses hosts a Saint Seiya podcast.
All right.
And like Saint Seiya's another one of those ones that's like, all right, cool. Well, we need to know X, Y, and Z. All right. Well, let's explain first what why the cloths exist. Now, let's explain how the cloths get their powers. Let's explain how the cloths are made. Like, you can do a 200 level college lecture just on the foundation of the saints. Like,
all right. Let me go back and say you could do
he died.
How one character has in Toho.
Yeah.
And also why You and No One Was Her is named, the songs are named what they are.
Actually, a 200
I mean, that's the Agatha Christina book.
I mean, that's true, though. Like, it literally is, like, if you look at... How many chapters is Saint Seiya itself up to, Ramses? Because I know, like, including all of the arcs and all the spin-offs and stuff. Do you know? But, like... It at its core is a martial arts series, but it's like too damn many. All right, fair. It goes so deep. Like you've got so much. You don't just have like Greek lore. There's a point where the Nordic gods show up. There's a point where you start getting Titan-based saints. There's a point where you get like, you know, it's just I think the Catholic Church attacks at one point, like the actual Catholic Church, like.
And don't get me started on the fucking fandom of Toho, which is where it actually goes batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their own interpretations of it. But there's so many things that are actually just widely accepted that I can't even tell the difference between fandom and actual lore in the series and what's actually out there.
Oh yeah, I know. I know that feeling very well.
Because it's just that well integrated. Yeah, because you have your own fan fictions about Gundam. I mean, that's the only fandom that has.
I swear to God. I'll find you and I will stab you. We're ranting about we're ranting about like settings that are just way more involved than they look at on the surface. But like yeah,
so, bullet hell, cute shooter, cute bullet hell game. Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, yeah.
Other than the fact that the first like 2 games were not a bullet hell and it was literally brick break.
Yeah, Tom is talking about Toho personally, but no, like you start talking about Fate Stay Night or well the Fate series in general, and then like you've also got Tsukiyomi, which takes place in the same universe and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, can you explain? Can we go into the Melty Blood stuff in Fate Stay as well?
Yeah, because that's Tsukiyomi.
I didn't know that.
Melty Blood and Tsukihime are the same group. It's I think it's focusing on, if I remember correctly, because I never really got super into them. I believe they focus on different characters, but they are the same core cast. Gonna bounce Big EP. Have a good night, Crow! The Pokemon Universe lore dump is, look, it just got massively expanded. Like, does everyone know about Typhlosion? By the way, that's actually an allusion to a Japanese myth. I don't know the myth personally, but that Typhlosion story that was involved in the leak is actually an allusion to that. Which it's one of those myths.
I was just going to say that my knowledge on Toho is very great, but I can't tell the difference between the actual games, the lore, and the fandom, which I could go through a bunch of fandom interpretations down to the very minute details of everything. And I have many, 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 many years of being in the Toho fandom to explain that shit. Which is the problem with Toho, is that in order to actually play it, like, not play it, but, like, talk with a Toho fan, you have to know the fandom. And that's something different than most series.
The Fate universe is kind of like The Legend of Zelda. Yeah, exactly. It is very much like The Legend of Zelda timeline.
There are just some things that are just so accepted that you have to see that it's ridiculous.
I mean, every fandom's got that, though. Like, Gundam's got those, like, if
But the problem with Toho, which is what I'm trying to say, the problem that I love with Toho is that you can talk, if you're watching Gundam and you're talking to a Gundam fan, you can talk just about the anime. However, Toho is so...
Tama broke again.
Like, oh, that was a cool spell card.
For one, you broke there, but it was really funny because I still understood what you were saying. But
yeah,
you realize though, like, I'm the worst person for that because my favorite Gundam series is a manga that'll never be animated. Like, I fall into that camp of, like, the weird Gundam fan. They will never animate Crossbone. I don't know why. They have a hard-on for not giving us...
Yeah, but every fan is a weird Toho fan in that case, Prof.
Okay, that's fair. You know another fandom, actually, that I encountered that I really enjoyed the source material, but, like, the fandom kind of turned me off it, was Homestuck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I started reading Homestuck, and I started reading right around the time the Trolls were introduced. Fund the studio to make... Yeah, I should fund a studio to make an anime for me, if only I could afford to.
Yeah, maybe they can make the first Gundam anime.
Alright, so we're actually going to be sacrificing Tama to the Dark Gods on Wednesday.
To make a first Gundam anime.
That's what I'm going to do. If I ever make it big, we're starting we're starting an anime studio. I'm just gonna fund it. We're gonna go over there and pick some people, and then I'm gonna buy Crossbone from Bandai and be like, "We're making this, bitches."
I had to take the chance to throw Gundam under the bus.
We'll see if we can.
And the thing is that you can't harm me because Toho fandom is the only thing good about Toho.
Well, yeah. So anyway, that's what I was saying though. Is like I started getting into Homestuck right around the time the Trolls were introduced. So like I read up. I didn't interact with the fandom at all. I read up. Should I also buy Harmony Gold? I don't want to touch Harmony Gold. Harmony Gold's a death sentence. I read up to the part that was current at the time. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. This system's really cool. Like, this guy's got a really, he's really good at, like, foreshadowing and stuff. And then, like, I'm going to see what, people online have to say about it. And then I'm like, I go to look at the fandom, and, like, they're talking about, like, these, like, love, like, polygons, because it wasn't, like, a love triangle or anything. It was, like, a love, like decahedron, well, I don't know, like a 700-sided love triangle. And I'm just like, I have no fucking clue what they're talking about. I'm gonna go stay in my corner over here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, polycule would make sense. Yeah, Because I guess it is literally everyone involved. That's what I wasn't really sure about that. But you're right. But I literally was like reading through it, and I'm like, they read this way deeper than I did. I'm gonna stay over here and just enjoy this. Because I got like to the point where like, oh well, if you look at this, this, and this, and I'm just like, but this is fan fiction. This isn't what?
Oh yeah, that's like Toho, but not as bad.
Yeah.
Because everybody just agrees that everybody fucks Marisa.
By the way, though, I do highly recommend people to read Homestuck. Like, it is a fantastic read. I still don't understand a lot of it as far as the fandom goes, but like, it is a fantastic read, and I highly recommend it to everyone. If you have not read it, I know it's like been out for like 20 years, but all right, that do I want to watch? I don't want to watch that yet. I'm not sure what I want to do with that.
And here's something about Toho that's really funny. You want to know what one of the most popular characters' gimmick is?
Mm.
That they're the most easily forgotten.
Okay,
Ironic, no?
So there is this. I've talked about it before. I don't remember if I ever told you about it. There is this web serial I really, really, really like, and it's called Worm, Parahuman's Worm, and it's about a setting where superpowers are trauma based. So like your powers require you to like have a really shitty day, and they literally call it breaking. But there's a serial killer, and so once again throwing your hat to get a plushie of someone you love.
Yeah, you told me this.
Oh yeah,
Keep going though.
There's a serial killer that's a member of one of the groups that the main characters fight. Because of the way that people get their powers and stuff, there are more villains than heroes, just naturally, because you literally have to have a mental breakdown to get your powers. But the guy, he calls himself the Gray Man, and he is his power is literally that he's forgettable. He's like literally every man that you could ever think of. If you survive him, you don't remember seeing him. And if you don't survive him, you literally, or if he does like target you, you literally can't perceive danger from him. Like you could see the guy there and he literally seems like the nicest guy in the world, but while he's stabbing you.
Right.
But if you survive him or he doesn't target you, you actively don't even acknowledge he exists. And then one of the other characters is one of the main character's little sisters, who awakens to her power a little farther in the story. And her power is literally she has to consciously activate her power to be acknowledged by people around her. Otherwise, she just ceases to be in anyone's perception if she doesn't consciously use her power. Her power is to be seen, while her native stance is not being seen. And it is a fantastic story. I highly recommend it to everyone that loves that kind of stuff.
Alright, so in order to go into why her power
Obviously,
is easily forgotten, you have to understand the fact that she is a demon that can literally read hearts at the base level. What she did is that she got tired of everybody not trusting her because she can read hearts and make everybody like her, so they just don't trust her. So she sewed her heart shut, her eye, her third eye, her heart. And then because of that, she is now easily forgotten by everybody because she didn't want to be disliked by everybody in the first place.
Well, it's like the story of like when oh god, what setting is that? There's a setting where like a person has like a magic voice. It might actually be in Worms, I can't remember. But his power is literally like he's got a Gaius, or he's got like Lelouch's Gaius, where if he says something with his voice and puts the magic behind it, you have to listen to him. And he's like this kind of like he's a good guy. He's a good guy at heart. He's like he means well and stuff, but he just is like the way he looks is just abnormal a little bit. Like he's not, a classic hero kind of looking guy. So like he gets married to this girl and people are just like, oh, he must have used his power on her and stuff like that. And it's like a constant struggle in his mind. Like, I can never yeah, you know, and it's stuff like I love stuff like that. I really do.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do some of the brighter red now, just a little bit, and then we're gonna start dry brushing. I am an absolute sucker for creative use of like powers, in general. So like I think that's really why I like Worm so much, is because the powers are really creative. Like, you know, there's a person who they call themselves Pretender, and they're a superhero from Las Vegas, but they're kind of not all there. But their power is exactly what you would expect it to be with a person named Pretender. They can become another person, except they don't shapeshift into another person. They literally turn into a little parasitic worm and like burrow into a person's body and take it over. So there's a point later on where one of the most powerful heroes in the world dies because of an event, but they can't let people know that they're dead because that would cause like mass panics and stuff. So Pretender walks around wearing the dead hero's body, pretending to be them to like help with public opinion and stuff. And
Right.
I love that. I love stuff like that. Yeah, like JoJo. JoJo's another perfect example of creative uses of powers. That's actually part of what I like about JoJo. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Don too. Like, I am so excited. The Don anime has been so fucking good. But I am a sucker for creative uses of powers.
I don't have very much creativity. I mean, you can give me a power, and I'd probably just fuck it up
I will.
in a creative way.
The only warning I will give you about Don is it's not as gratuitous and it's not as bad, but the first episode does contain a scene. We'll call it the Goblin Slayer effect. It that never really happens again, but it does kind of set the tone for the series. So and it's nowhere near as gratuitous as the one from Goblin Slayer. So because it doesn't actually fully happen, it's just, you know. So that is the only warning I will give about Dan. Beyond that, it is a fantastic series. Yeah. It's weird. It's esoteric. They give the legends proper rundowns. The characters are quirky and fun, and Odie. I hope you know I will never say your name right, dude. Odie and I have been watching it in the cooldown period at work on Thursdays when it comes out. Cheers, Blue. Yeah, no. Maybe I would like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you would, but because you like creative use of powers.
Yeah.
In fandom, they do that all the time. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And they explain it inside the lore books. But in any case, what I was going to say is that me, Rex, and Crystal were doing a small RP the other day for just that, and they were kind of like D&D, but just rolls. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Actually, not even rolls, but just RPing it out. In any case, I was playing a person who could read minds, so they were trying to get past that. And every time, and not every time, they had the most trouble because one of their I have a system where you give stats so that you know what the character can do, and it's ridiculous. It goes from agility low, you may as well just be on the couch forever, up to Sora from Kingdom Hearts 2 for agility, right? Like,
Yeah.
absolute bullshit. Anyways, there's this character with ultra perception. So every time that somebody would try and throw an attack and look away, the mind reader would read that person's mind with the ultra perception, see what's happening in their mind, and be able to dodge out of the way because they're so focused on what the character could do, so that they could dodge out of the way.
So another character from Worm, because I'm apparently just going to keep going back to that.
God damn it.
You say that.
I'm so tired of it already.
There's a character called the Number Man, in Worm, and his superpower is that he's really good at math. Right? That's his superpower. Because him being really good at math makes him the world's best assassin. He can like do trajectory calculations on the fly and stuff. So like he's bouncing bullets off walls and other people and tanks and shit like that. And
basically the equivalent of Mr. House from Fallout New Vegas. I get it.
Yeah, and I've never played Fallout New Vegas. Anyway, yeah, surprise there, right? But
yeah, right.
That's what I think of when I hear that, because like there's a scene where it's like a bunch of clones of him because of reasons, and the clones are actively walking around, and they're throwing attacks at the clones while they're coming towards them, and they're teenager clones of him, so they're like super cocky, so they are literally like waiting until the last possible second they can to dodge hits to make it look like they're invincible, to like sow fear and stuff into the heroes fighting them.
Right.
And that's all I think of when that scene is all I think of when I hear that.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, it was known in the fight from the very beginning that they're a mind reader, but that's all that Crystal got to help out Rex and Zam at the time.
Yeah.
And I said very quickly to Zam, hey, your character has the best chance of actually hitting this motherfucker if I make them more accurate. And nobody figured out why Zam had to go and do some stuff. But the reason is, believe it or not, shotgun shells are a really good deterrent to somebody who can read minds, because I don't know where the fuck that is going.
Top assassin calculating amazing techniques to kill people. Man stuck in tube has to rely on robots and lackeys to do stuff for him. I mean, you know. Hey, what's up, Aspect? How you been, bud? Alright. Is this washed dry yet? I kind of want to get... No, it's not. It's still not... I did that an hour ago, and it's still not fucking dry. And you guys wonder why like I walk away from washes so often.
I mean, that was the most creative use of the power that I could use. Is just like using this person's ultra perception in order to just be like, oh, I can just dodge out of the way out of this instinctually because they're looking exactly where I need to look. They tried to say, oh, I'm shooting them from my peripheral, and I'm like, dude, I don't think you understand what ultra perception means. That peripheral is still pretty fucking good, like amazingly good.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like when you're dealing with a situation, there has to be like a there has to be a limit. Like there has to be a way to beat something. Like there's a character whose power is literally just always knowing what needs to be done to win. How the fuck are you supposed to beat that? I mean, I can tell you how they do.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
I can tell you how they do beat it, but like there's a, you know, there always has to be a way to win. They beat it because she had a range on her power, so it only she could only perceive things within a certain range from her. So they sniped her from outside with a long range power is how they beat her. But
yeah, well, when I say a mind reader, the first thing that I think of is how powerful is their mind reading? Does it have a range? Does it have a volume to it, depending on the urgency? All of that, right?
I'm reminded of someone,
and then Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Ramsey says, I'm reminded of Meet the Heavy, where he says, I've yet to meet someone who can outsmart a bullet. Man, the TF2 is another one of those ones that has just such amazing lore, but I'm not really sure where it comes from, because, like, I see some of it, like, I'm not... Yeah, well, okay, I didn't know that. I see it, I'm like, I don't know if this is fan fiction or not.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, the mind reader, I specifically said that they started using blind attacks, and the person who had ultra perception literally had to close their eyes to win.
Yeah. Hey,
because nobody else had the perception, right?
Yeah.
So everybody had to close their eyes, and the person was relying on their own skill, which is decent enough, but with like 6 other people that are not looking and firing, generally where you are, there's nothing really to do.
Yeah. What's up, Paula? Do I need a master grade Zeta kit? Need is a strong word, but I don't own one. Why?
I mean, Crystal and Rex really loved that fight, to be fair. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
I was total bullshit. But like, when I say lore accurate person, I mean like, I'm not gonna make it easy. There's a reason
No,
why you're fighting this person 6-on-1.
yeah, don't make it easy.
Yeah. I know, but like, you get it. Like, yeah, I know that it sounds like bullshit, and it's supposed to be.
Why do you have 2 hollow? Mortarch. Oh, I meant to go to that. But yeah, I mean, I'll take one if you won one at a raffle. That's fine, dude. Sorry. Hollow is offering me Gundams.
No, it's fine. I understand.
Hollow has offered
I was just trying to say that I put together a good story and a good fight when I want to.
Yeah,
when I'm allowed to, with the Aurora kind of whining about me doing some stuff. To be completely honest.
Yeah. I mean, that's just being good DM, though.
Yeah. Like, one of my favorite fights was that we were playing a cyberpunk setting, and I brought in Division 2, where I literally had a interface screw on every one of the players.
Yeah.
And Crystal and Rex had to figure out who the person. What I did was I put them all in a room together, and the guy spread everybody out, and then was gassing the room so that everybody looked the same to each other. And then the people who were mechanical in that universe also had their interface screwed so everybody looked the same. And they had to figure out how to deal with that boss. Long story short, my character got killed.
It happens.
I know, but I'm just saying, long story short, that boss fight... What happened was, the first one I mentioned that the boss isn't as tanky as some of the other people. So if you see somebody attack... their reaction's going to be different. You can trust that much at least. And then after that, they all group together. And Crystal asked a question of the main boss.
Yeah.
And the main boss got it wrong, which I did a good job in making sure that it was possible to get that wrong and that the main boss wouldn't know, all that. And then the final round where they just had to guess between my character and the main boss is that they asked a question that they thought only my character would know, and the main boss gave a non-answer, and so they were like, "Did you promise to marry this person?" And the boss said, "I can't. I'm not too sure." And my character said no right away, and Rex decided to shoot my character.
Don't drink the espresso, the forbidden espresso. I mean, I will. This is not... Alright, you know what? I know better than to tell Hollow not to do something weird and stupid.
Well, they all look the same and all sound the same, but they didn't react the same as why I had it that way. Or they didn't know the same knowledge.
No, they were telling me not to drink the my waste pot, the forbidden espresso.
No, I was talking about Blue.
Oh.
I mean, I specifically said they sound the same. They sound the same as the guy, and they look the same. That's all that you know. Figure it out from there, and then I had to tell them they react differently, and then they figured it out very quickly after that they
This is like $115 model, Hollow. Do you want to buy? Would you pay that much for a joke? Just shoot everyone in the foot.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I'd accept that.
Okay, so we play. Have I ever told you about when we played the first Warhammer RPG? Me and a couple friends. Signum was aspect of your Signum was there for this.
No.
Okay. You paid more. Okay, fair. So our friend Tom was playing a assassin, right? And we're sneaking into this chaos cult, and actually Signum's the one that triggered this. So he's sneaking into this chaos cult, and he's like ahead of the rest of us because he's the stealthy assassin kind of character that like we're trying to figure out what's going on and everything so we can know how we need to approach this. And he pokes his head around the corner, and Signum goes, Okay. Yeah. All right, buddy. Here's what you got to do. 1 knock for yes, 2 knocks for no. What do you see? And Tom goes, and Signum goes, what the fuck does 3 knocks mean? Oh yeah, his butt. Yeah, he has butt cheeks. He is cheeked up. I need my headlight because I need to see in the folds of his stomach.
I feel dumb when my it's just like no comment on what I did. No, it's not great.
Needs neon lighting. I have Zaku's. What are you? No, that's mine. I have Zaku's Necrons that technically get neon lighting. Earlier today, I was working to figure out details of a character you designed yesterday. His name is Bungle the Fungal. His colors are based on bristling fungus from Risk of Rain 2. I've never played Risk of Rain. I know nothing about the Risk of Rain games. Yeah, that's the same campaign that the infamous... there are only 2 of us that are capable of healing, and you decide you want to shoot lightning from your hands like Emperor fucking Palpatine. Story is from. So in that it was a Dark Heresy was fun, but it was very poorly balanced. There were only 2 of the classes that could heal. You had the Sister Hospitaller, so the Sister Battle Path. That's the like put it. Okay, I'll look earlier. I don't think you said the name. Anyway, you have the Sister Hospitaller class that is the like special oh, I see it now. Okay. I don't think I saw the name, or I didn't remember the name. Yeah, so that's like the effectively Mother Teresa XP, like, you know, the hospitators go around and like helping people and, you know, providing like health service support and stuff like that, in battle zones and all that. And then you have the tech priest biologist, that is literally a tech priest that focuses on studying biological matters and stuff like that. Well, I was playing a tech priest, and our other friend was playing a Sister of Battle, but we both went down combat paths. I played an electro priest, which is a tech priest that literally starts turning himself into a living electric dynamo. Because I always thought tech priests were really cool ever since I read the Soul Drinkers trilogy. At the time, it was a trilogy. And our other friend just, you know, straight up went down the Sister of Battle combat path, the Sister of the Canonist path. So we get to a really bad situation where we're in a massive firefight. Everyone's pretty much dying. Signum is he fails his role with his grenade launcher. He's playing an Imperial Guard guy. Sisters of Cannabis, exactly. So Signum gets blown down the hallway, blows his arm off because he fumbles the roll that bad. And once again, our buddy Tom looks at me and goes, "Quickly, heal him!" And I'm like, I can't. He goes, "The fuck do you mean you can't?" And like, he goes, you're you know, a tech priest, like, you can heal him. And the guy who's DMing goes, "Actually, you know how he's been shooting lightning from his hands to attack people? Yeah, he took that instead of being able to heal." And he goes, "So only 2 of you, because his brother was playing our Sister of Battle, so like he knew better than to expect his brother to play a healing class." And he goes, "So the 2 people in our entire class that could heal are the person who's like the most likely to be a real life berserker, and some asshole over here wanting to cosplay Emperor Palpatine." So we all died that night. All right, I need to do the highlights here.
Yeah,
And
we're
then,
also DPS class, don't you know?
I mean, that was before I was tanking all the time, to be honest.
Yeah, but you're still DPS.
Ooh, that was way too much.
What do you think about my 2 boss fights then? Because those are the only 2 decent ones for a while.
I mean, it sounds interesting. I always like when there's a puzzle to complete.
Yeah. I mean, when we were doing rolls, there was this one guy that just kept power bombing through people through a burning building. Like, as soon as I stopped having him try to power bomb people, he did jack shit.
That's part of why I like Scion so much, because, like, you know, Scion, you're playing, like, the Children of Gods and stuff, and, like,
Yeah.
they're, like, yeah, you can brute force your way, but, like, you're supposed to be emulating, like, myths and stuff, so you're supposed to be, you know, being more creative about what you're doing, and being, like, hold on. Okay, that's done. Like, you're supposed to be telling Aesops, you know? Like, it's...
Yeah.
And so, I don't even taint it's here. Like, the last time I ran Scion for Tainted and, like, that group up there, like, you know, all of them are either ex-military or, you know... at the time, one was a police officer and stuff, and there's just a bunch of... And so they went full murder hobo when I'm trying to do, like, a cinematic story, and I'm just like... Alright, fine. Like, you know, I kind of like this game because it forces more roleplay, and you guys still somehow managed to break that. There was... I had a... the Scion that I had them up against was a Scion of Shiva, and the Indian Scions get bonuses for being bombastic and stuff like that, like, you know, playing up Bollywood tropes. And they literally, he's there, like, doing a grand monologue, and they hit him with a magically empowered, like, Hellcat, like Dodge Hellcat, and just completely take him off the field. And I kept, I could have always just GM, like, fiated it and been like, yeah, so he's just gonna get up and blow up your Hellcat. But I was sitting there, I'm like, it's not fair. I need to listen to the rolls, you know, etc., etc. And, you know, it just turned into... They took this whole thing that I was planning to use as a whole campaign hook and handed this dude his ass with squad-based military tactics. And I'm just like, I don't even want to play this game anymore, guys. All I know is that Bungle, at one point, he does something that would break the normal person's bones, and everyone's worried about him. Will turn and saying, "Ha, I have no bones." That's great. I shall play China Master, goddess of self-sacrifice, sexual restraint, solely for the ability to cut off my own head, survive, and create a blood fountain, granting... Okay, so jokes aside, there is actually a canon character that does something similar to that. But she is a scion of Zippy Totec, the Aztec god Zippy Totec.
Speaking of stupid shit, you know, I had this one version of a tabletop game that it's very basic, archaic, and I've refined it over the years. Anyways, I was dying at the time, Prof, mind you, so I made that. One of the favorite lines that anybody has ever said in any of my role plays was when my character got beat to hell and was getting healed by the healer, and my character turns to the healer and says, "Don't worry, I'm only bleeding internally, but that's fine because that's where the blood's supposed to be."
You've told me about that before. That is a really good line. I'll give you that one.
Then recently I was just playing with Sam, and we're doing like romance, like bullshit, high school shit. Anyways, the guy is trying to rizz up one of Rex's characters, and I just say, "Dude," and my character yells from the other room, "Dude, quit beating around the bush like it's an 80s porno. Just ask her out already. Goddamn."
Jesus.
Because that's the DM. I was getting pissed off.
Do I have any... For unknown
They're
lines, some
acting
of these...
like real teenagers at the time. Which was really good roleplay, other than the fact that they were just being awkward.
For no reason, some of these deformers do not want to copy over properly, meaning... I'm sorry, love. Do I have any favorite lines from sessions? From roleplay sessions?
Oh, that could be good. Other than the Emperor Palpatine line.
There's a really good... Well, ones that I personally said. There's one where we were in BattleTech, and we were playing... We were playing BattleTech. We were escorting a Steiner noble woman who happened to be like a up and coming pop star around because her dad had pissed off some Capellans. Which, if you don't know BattleTech lore, sorry. But they stuck her with me because my character was technically the XO of the unit. This is with the same group that I just described. The thing that happened with the last time I DM'd, and they stuck her with me, but they also decided it was their mission to get the poor lieutenant that drunk at every chance because they were, all they were all NCOs, and he was their lieutenant. So I I rolled, and the DM goes, all right, so keep this in mind, etc., etc. We're gonna make you play up one of your flaws right now, which is, the character had very little filter when he was sober and he was hungover. So I looked at her and I'm like, and I told a noblewoman who could easily have me beheaded that she was a 2-bit singer whose only reason why she ever got any concerts was because her daddy paid people off. The DM made me stand at attention, made me, not my character, me, the player, stand at attention in the corner of the room.
You get what you ask for. Jeez.
Yep. But that was extra fun because that character actually ended up getting married to that noblewoman by the end of that campaign.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tell the story about that one time that you missed a few sessions and they made your character into a laughing stock.
That's that same character. That's the same character. By the end of the campaign, the two of them were married. They were married. They had 2 kids. They divorced. They got remarried. Had a 3rd kid. He had become the CEO of the unit by that time. And they literally used his they managed to give him a porn addiction while I was gone. So they made the joke that all new recruits had to go clean under Lieutenant Skippy's desk. His name was Alric Lambert, and they referred to him as Lieutenant Skippy. Fuck you, Min-May. That's exactly it. Actually, have you seen Titan Maximum, Ramses? Because I was quoting the line from Titan Maximum.
Oh, I told Krem about the time that this one kid rolled.
Sir, we found a new Jackson Pollock. Exactly.
So, anyways, I told you about that one kid that I gave the ability to give a 1 or a 22, right?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the first thing he did with that ability?
No.
He was pissing off my character roleplay wise now, and I just told him my character holds his revolver up to your character's head, and keep in mind there's revives. But anyways, I just say my character is holding his revolver up to your character's head because you're pissing him off that badly, and he just says, "I'm gonna flip a coin, the revolver will jam."
We have.
Keep in mind that this kid had 3 correct rolls out, or 3 correct coin flips out of 30.
Okay, so the last actual D&D campaign we were playing, I was playing a lycanthrope blood hunter. So if you don't know, lycanthrope blood hunters, when they get to half health, they have to make a willpower check or they go berserk and attack the closest target, friend or foe. You can eventually break that, and you no longer have to worry about it. Hold on, I gotta dry brush his ass. That was a sentence. Yeah, you can eventually break that, and you no longer have to worry about it. But it's a like pretty high up there ability, and so we're sitting there, and I go to half health, and I go, I'm gonna make this willpower check, and I announce it outwardly, and the DM goes, "Do you say that in character?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll say something to the effect of, it's okay, guys. I know all of you are my friends." So he turns and makes the hag that we're attacking look at me and go, "Oh, by the way, I am your healer." And so I proceed to start defending the hag for the rest of the fight. They had to knock me unconscious. How long would Johnny Bravo live in that? That depends on if there's Slaanesh on the planet. If not, he would bring it. He would bring Slaanesh to the planet.
Oh yeah, there was also the one time that same kid was pissing off my character yet again in the same one, and my character pushed him out of a plane that was in low flight to the ground over water.
Jesus.
And he said specifically, "Oh, that's fine. The water will save me, right?" And I just said, "Dude, you know that hitting water at terminal velocity is like hitting concrete, right?" And then he started to panic.
Yeah, actually, at a high enough speed.
Yeah.
Having
I told him that, and he was like, "Shit."
What if I give Bongal a gun? Why'd you? I could actually hear him saying that. Someone didn't watch Mythbusters. God, Emperor warned me about Xenos like you. I was hoping he was right. Nah, that would be Johnny Bravo hitting on the Elder Farseer.
Did I ever tell you about the time that Rex hit 3 20s in a row when I was trying to make an endgame boss at the beginning of the game so that we would return to it?
No.
We were playing in the Star Wars universe. Doesn't really matter. It's not there anymore. Anyways, what happened is that I made a boss called Sheeptar. Don't mind that. Anyways, and it was supposed to be a endgame raid boss that was going to take everything that you've learned throughout the course of the story and do whatever it does, which was just be a fluffy xenomorph. Anyways, the motherfucker gets on top of that thing and says, "I'm going to try and tame this thing via like horse bucking," and I'm like, "Okay." And in my head, I say, if he rolls even if he rolls 2 20s, I'm not going to give this to him. I hit 2 20s. I hit the third 20, and I said, "Fuck! I have to give this to him because I said that I would. If it was, I didn't. I said,
we're studying physics.
Not the 2 20s, not the 3."
We
And if you want to know how the odds of that, Prof, you gotta do 20 times 20 times 20.
Oh, it's pretty high. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We actually.
I believe it was a 1 in 16,000.
We actually have a dry erase board that sits up there at the house that we go to. It's got stuff like times Prof berserked and almost killed the party and stuff like that. The thing that has the most points on it is Prof's unwilling liaisons, because anytime when our party gets involved in a situation where it's like, okay, one of your characters has to marry this character or else y'all die, they always somehow just hog tie my character and throw me in there. It has happened a concerning amount of times. Let's put it that way. I love the way this looks. I kind of don't want to wash it, but I need to. I think it's just going to get some straight agrax. Because this goes here. Yeah, because as of right now, it'll be... That goes like that. That's coming along really well, actually. I gotta put some Caraberg on here, and then we're gonna have to go back over with another dry brushing of that. But I gotta do more on the base before we do any of that. Should I message Sig with context that what if I get bunged? Yes, you should. You should take every chance you can to bother Signum with stuff like this because it's funny for me. I have known Signum for like 20 years at this point. It is funny. Please bother him with stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that oh yeah, me and Crystal are really creative. You know, we roleplayed for at least 10 years together, even throughout all of it.
Yeah.
In any case, more than 10 years now. But the thing is that the rest of the group decided that it was that I asked them, "Hey, do you mind if me and Crystal just have a battle between our two characters that are in love with literally all of your characters, which they have multiple characters?" And they just said, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." And they got utterly steamrolled.
It happens.
Yeah.
Captain.
Creativity does help.
I forgot my arms don't work anymore, so I saluted you, and it didn't work. That was to aspect. My arms no longer work on my on the chibi because I don't have arm tracking on this model, but I did on my Vroid. Where is my Caroberg Crimson? It's right there. Alright, we're gonna actually use this you. Ooh, wait a minute. No. I think I know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna hit this with a wash, and then I'm gonna dry brush the shit out of it to get that nice brown like stain effect back that I like.
Yeah, shit's fair.
I mean, it looks good. Like this, I'm really proud with how this cape has turned out so far.
I believe you. I'm just not currently at my computer desk right now.
I assume you sounds like you're like miles away.
Oh, sorry.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's not actually that bad. I was just saying.
Okay. Because my mic is pointed at me and all that. There's just a fan in the way, which is probably why you hear voice distortions.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
All is good.
Yeah, I like being able to create creative bosses. Like, normally they have to be role-played out instead of fought out.
Yeah. That's fair. I very much enjoy stories where I enjoy the more cinematic stories, very much so. That's how I prefer my stories to play out. That's why I like a lot of White Wolf games. So like Vampire the well, I never actually have gotten to play Vampire the Masquerade, but like it falls in the category and stuff.
Like,
That was way more crimson than I wanted.
like, and one of the cool things that I find about my group is that they can actually all tell you that I have done really cool moments for each one of them.
I mean, that's important if you're doing like consistent role plays. Like everyone should get a turn to shine, you know.
Yeah, I know, and that's the moments that I did enjoy. Like, I'm in there too. Like, I have a DM character, but because there's respawn, I have killed off my character more times than I have killed anybody else in our entire roleplay group.
Yeah.
But the in return, I of course I don't try to make my character shine, but quite honestly, the group is so passive most of the time that it's hard not to have to railroad with my own character, you know. But he's not always right. Is the correct thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, he has to be utterly wrong at times, and not always perfect, and that's the thing is that he's a real dirtbag in every single RP I do. I have had this character for about 18 years of my life, and I'm 28.
Yeah.
This character is an incredibly big dirtbag, but he's just a lovable dirtbag at that.
Play
But
Vampire. Maybe it's the
like,
wrong group to play with. Vampire is very Game of Thronesy. That I will give. I don't like I said. I've never gotten a chance to play it. I never got a chance to play World of Darkness in general. It's just it's the game that most people know because most people don't know Exalted and Scion and stuff when you're talking about White Wolf. The only one of the World of Darkness games we started a werewolf campaign, but we never finished it. Sorry.
yeah, no problem. I was just saying that I try to make them have as many shining moments as I can, but but like one of the problems that I utterly have is that I need to roll even in the RP just to get this person, Rex in particular, to fucking get his characters killed once in a while, even though they can respawn, because that's kind of the point. Is that if there's no like chance of your character dying at all, if I just make easy peasy bosses all the fucking time, there's no point in a cinematic boss fight anywhere.
Yeah, one of the coolest things I was ever involved in was actually my introduction to D&D. My uncle, the same uncle that got me into Gundam and stuff, he came back from being overseas. And for those of you who don't know, my uncle was a Marine. He came back when I was very little and got me into Gundam at a very early age, which actually started my love for anime, and actually a lot of the things I do now is because of him. But where's that? There it is. You. Oh, I never dry brush the face. It's fine. But so we did a campaign, and I was playing this necromancer cleric. He was, because back then you could be a necromancer if you took Death Domain cleric, and I thought it was a cool idea. I'd been playing a lot of Diablo 2 and stuff at the time. I was like
edgy prof.
I was like 11 or 12.
Edgy prof.
I mean, I've never really hid the fact that I've always been a little bit of a goth at heart. So
yeah, that's fair. But still, edgy prof.
Yeah.
Your white hair shows it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry.
I mean, I've told you the origin of the name Iscariot before, right?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you that later. But anyway, so we were in the final battle of the campaign, and we were trying to stop a guy who was actually a fellow student of the same god of mine from ascending to godhood himself. You know, a very stereotypical, classic D&D kind of like issue, and it came down to everyone else was, you know, on death saves. I mean, this was back in 3rd edition, so it worked a little different. But effectively, everyone else was on death saves. And my uncle passes me a note and goes, "I need you to attack the barbarian." So I attacked my cousin's barbarian, not you guys. I've played games with him on stream before, Rozone, and I hurt him. Really bad, but it didn't kill him, and I didn't know that at first. So then I knock everyone else down. That manages to get up, and nothing can really stop me. He goes, okay, and my uncle starts talking about how I walk towards the ritual, and I like step into the ritual and take over it, and start to become the person who's ascending. And the barbarian, because the barbarian was an idiot. Like his character he was supposed to be an idiot. Think Grog from Critical Role, but like, you know, not with this occasional burst of intelligence. He tackles me out of it, and so my uncle role plays basically how my character goes just absolutely apeshit and proceeds to kill the rest of the party, and then walks away. And that was the end of the campaign. He goes, okay, I need you all to roll me new characters. We're starting a new campaign next week. So we're all sitting there, we're like, all right, well, what is this about? So we roll new characters, and my uncle hands me like a book and stuff and everything, and it's like all of this stuff about like the setting and that he was working with or he was using and everything, and he's like, the next campaign is going to be you guys trying to stop, the cleric from the previous campaign. So the next campaign was us going around collecting like all of the relics and stuff, because it's years in the future, collecting all the relics and stuff from our characters that were killed. And what have I dumped in there? It was non-oil Agrax, and there it is. And we basically went around, collected these relics and stuff, because we had to reassemble, quote unquote, reassemble the party to end the guy, because like the ritual imbued all of his friends' his friends, the people he just murdered that thought they were his friends, artifacts with his soul and stuff, because he effectively became a lich. So the next campaign was us going around and collecting everything to beat him and to free the souls, and it ended up with the one rogue character coming back as a revenant and everything, and like teaching us a new prestige class he invented called the Gambler, which was really cool. And yeah, it was that felt so cool. That was like my first real feeling of how epic a storytelling like thing like that could be, and I adored it so much. And I always kind of chase that feeling. Like there have been times that are really cool, and like the first time I played Shadowrun and like we successfully pulled off a run and stuff like that, and then there's but it's always chasing that this is what true storytelling is moment. I don't know if anyone else knows what I'm talking about there, but like it's something I think about on a regular basis, and I try, but that cemented the way that I like to play games. I like them to be very cinematic and very, consequences to actions and stuff. I don't like the, everyone is this perfect hero kind of stuff. I don't like that. I don't like always being the good guy and stuff like that. And it's hard to it's hard to play. It's hard to play the other way, and it's hard to find people that are really into role playing like that.
You can, if you ever want, like this is something you'd have to do for like a month or something. You can trust me and Aurora to be that way if you want, because like I said, I will, as long as you don't kill off my character really quickly, because this is the one character that I played for years. If you want to see a flawed hero, I can play a flawed hero, or even an anti-villain, or even just a straight-up villain with this guy, because I have so much experience.
Yeah. So Martin Scorsese, it absolutely is, Ramses. You're right. It's that absolute cinema moment. That this is what when I think of role playing, and I think of like playing in games and stuff. That's what I think of. Like when I get into a situation and it's murder hobo, etc., etc. It's no. I think of my uncle telling us that the character that I like crafted and really started to feel attached to is now the villain. Let's fuck him up. Like that's what I think of, And I am. I've always been chasing that high when it comes to role playing, and I occasionally find something similar, but it's rare. And I admit I'm not probably the normal one there. I feel like it is more common than I expect it to be, but it's a weird thing to think about. I love like don't get me wrong. I'm burnt out on D&D. I want to play other games. D&D, maybe it's because I literally, like I said, I've played it for ages, does not interest me anymore. But Crim has multiple times we've worked on getting a campaign together, and just our time in person just does not match up very often. And it's kind of depressing, because like him and I will talk shop and stuff, and like we had a whole ass novel written for my one character that like I really want to play, and but life keeps getting away from us. It keeps falling away, and we don't get to it, and it's I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Rob, I understand what you're saying. Let me just say that there's two things I specialize in writing. Okay, One is erotic. I'm just gonna straight up put that out there. But do you want to guess what
I
the
knew
other
it.
thing that I special? Shut up. Sorry, I was actually really angry there. That was actually not happy at all.
I'm fucking with you.
I know, but I'm trying to be serious here for a moment.
Yeah.
Because I don't usually do that. But there's one other thing that I specialize in writing. And you want to guess what that is? Like, it's actually a incredible thing to me that I specialize in this in writing.
Yeah.
But just take one thing. It could be comedy. What do you think that I specialize in?
I mean, you like writing, like, I don't know, every story you told me has been, like, kind of drama-y, in a way.
Yeah, I can, even with revives, I have made everybody that I have roleplayed with that has followed me through a story. I have made them cry during my story at least once from a character that may or may not come back at any point. Because there are revives. But the point is that I have actually created stories that make them feel the sadness in such a thing. I know how to create a sad story, and that's something that I am very proud of, to a high degree.
Krim apparently woke Krim up with his by saying his name. Well, listen, all this nerd shit. Roleplay will always be the aspect I enjoy about D&D. One day I'll get to actually play with players who want to play, although I'm going back to be passed out. Just heard your name. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll be there tomorrow for your thing, but I am an actual role player, and I can create a sad scene.
Yeah. No, that's the thing.
That is like that's my one skill in writing.
Like there is like a time and place to be fucked up and stupid. And don't get me wrong, I love doing that too. It just, there's those moments you just it just everything hits right, It's like Ramsey said, those absolute cinema moments where it's like, you watch something unfold and you're emotionally invested in it because you're not like, yeah, you're playing a character, but that character's still some part of you,
Yeah. I get that, and for me, I don't want to chase one feeling that I had a long time ago. That's not what my hydrated and energized, but that's not my view on
Hey, Marcin.
creating a story or looking for something. I don't want to look backwards. I'm always looking forward towards how can I redefine this next moment that makes it so that this is the thing that I'm. If I ever have to look back, this is what I would always chase, if you get what I mean.
You're looking for your chase moment.
No, I'm always trying to redefine it, because I can tell you chase moments. I can tell you a moment where I made it so that our friend Zam over there, he roleplays to this day because I made a moment for his character that was just so changing for him that I made him into a role player. I taught him how stories can affect you. Hell, he didn't even think that it could because there's revives. Why would it ever be like that? And then I showed him that, hey, and you're gonna love this, your actions have consequences, because he chose to flip a coin, and my character died because of it.
There's another setting we played in for a little bit that you could basically have your character restored from backup, and it was called Eclipse Phase, and it was like that was some of the most fun I had, because like you could have that dwindling party without a lasting effect, and it was like a really cool way to go about it,
because you would never remember what happened during that. It would never be the same.
Well, yeah, because your brain uploaded, you had to actively choose upload, so it's like you'd have to like have that balance between am I metagaming stuff that I knew before I died and all that, and it was really cool. So the fungal bungle is based on a risk arena item that allows you to make a healing aura around you. So the idea of abilities is like Deadpool types self-healing with a few extra limbs and other possible oddities from his rapid regeneration, but he can extend to others by spores by giving him mini excuse me, bustling fundus and maybe a bit of psychosis, a heavy side effect. That sounds amazing. Aspect. It sounds like you're dragon in D&D Dragonlance. Oh, did you play a dragon or did you play a dragon knight, Marson? That is so many bones I have to paint here. I'm just doing detail pick out at the moment. We're not going to actually finish any of these details tonight.
Yeah. But, like, I say that I told you about how it happened was that we were fighting one of the main antagonists at the time, so one of the base level antagonists, which was actually a good guy, quote unquote good guy considering what he did. And the guy said, "You can take that diamond and leave your buddy with me, or you can, because my character was knocked out on the floor, or you can try and fight me and probably go down with this guy." And Zam flipped the coin. And he'll never forget that because he got rid of that coin right away because of it. It was his coin flip that he used that coin for everything. For flipping. You know? But I say, alright, you get the diamond and you walk away. And he's like, alright, I'm walking away. And I said, you hear a gunshot ring out.
Yeah.
And then I left it at that.
That anime moment of like Iron-Blooded Orphans when Orga dies.
Yeah, you just hear just one single gunshot rings out, and everybody knew it was coming except for him. And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, that's what happened."
What kind of dragon were you, Marson? Yeah, that's one of those things. Like I do love DMing and giving those moments to people, but like I have so little time to prepare, and like winging it's fine and all, but just I need to have some time for a little bit of prep and everything, and I don't. And then also it's like Krim said, like every time I do think about doing it, or every time I have in the past, I run into a situation like, you know, like I just described with like the super militant way that my one set of friends like did my Scion campaign, that I was like, wow, cool, I wanted this to be, you know, a like a story, not, you know, drive on down to Texas and fuck everything up because we know how to lay traps ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to turn this into like an ongoing sequel and stuff, and to his credit, the one guy actually did really like, well, two of them actually really did get into it. And the guy with the car, who to this day still bugs me to start DMing that game again. And the other guy who was playing a Scion of Kali that was raised in the Thuggy cult, which I don't know if you know what the Thuggy cult is. So.
No.
But yeah, it's like there's a lot. It is a lot. There's actually, I'm really excited though, because I got an update on the Brandon Sanderson RPG for the Cosmere, so I might actually be wanting to do some stuff with that coming up. I'm really excited for that. I actually have that's actually one of the set of minis I want to paint. I have these Stormlight Archive miniatures that they kickstarted last year, and then I'm getting more miniatures when
Black Dragon Warrior, by the way.
Black Dragon. Hell yeah, dude. Kitten is yelling behind me. Excuse me, ma'am. What? Where did you go? I literally just heard you climb up my chair. Where did you go? Madam! I'll have to show you something in a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Yeah, how do you go out there, Marson? So he's more damaged and rebuilt by the ability crazier out of touch he gets the mushroom. I, there's actually kind of something like that in Age of Sigmar. The I don't know if that's a skull piece or not. The Stormcast Eternals actually have this thing called reforging, where in order to become a Stormcast Eternal, you have to be selected by Sigmar because you did something heroic on your deathbed, right? And every time they die, they are reforged and come back with a little bit more of Sigmar's power and a little less of their humanity. But because of that, they're slowly losing their memories. So, like, there's the ones they just released for the new edition launch are, like, the people who have been reforged so many times they basically don't remember being human.
I have this one friend. I think, you met him. It was King Crimson.
Yeah.
He and I have conflicting viewpoints on this because of how he deals with things and how I deal with things. But he says that. But he tells me that resurrection is never. There's never any point to anything at that point, and I just said, to be fair, there's always a point to something if you have good role players with you.
Well, that's exactly. I agree with that. Because there's a like that losing humanity is like such a source. Like how the big overarching storyline on them right now is how can they be the protectors of humans when they're becoming not,
Yeah.
And like I mean, I agree. If you just die and come back to life, there's actually hold on. I have a perfect example. Have you ever seen the anime Beyond the Boundary?
No.
Okay, I don't really want to ruin the story, but it is.
I'm never gonna watch it.
Okay, it's one of my favorites.
But you shouldn't watch it. You shouldn't ruin it to anybody else. Tell me later.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite animes. It's fantastic. It came out about 10 years ago now. But like the one character it basically is immortal. But like his immortality comes because he's part yokai. I'm not gonna really go deeper than that because there's a whole reason what yokai he is and stuff like that. But like in the dude like is constantly at the verge of becoming like a mindless beast that just is gonna float around and eat everyone, and he keeps putting himself in harm's way, for his friends and the girl who he falls in love with, who's the main character and all that. And it's it's a not an uncommon story. It is a very tried and true story, but like it's a person who's willing to be the hero despite actively every time they do something risk becoming the villain. It just always hits right. It's just
I agree.
Yeah.
I had that during the second season of my RP when I was still dying at the time. Where I'm gonna explain it in the shorthand strokes. I've built it up since the first season, but basically there's the moon that happens. So in the art, can I just go off on my story that I built when I was dying for a little bit?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so from the very start, I have said that these people only revive during the morning hours when the sun is rising and the moon is leaving. The reason for that at the very end is because the moon is the reason why it is full of hatred for all of humanity, one of the basic plot lines. But anyways, that's why nobody could ever revive during the night, is because the moon was always directly blocking that from happening.
You know what's extra funny about that? There's a lot of mythologies, and which you actually probably know about this. I just got cat hair in my mouth. There's a lot of mythologies where the moon god is also the death god, and so things like that, like the death god doesn't want to let go of their prize and stuff like that. That's a very common thing in a lot of mythologies.
I mean, that's unintentionally cool because I did not actually know that.
Yeah.
Steal death away in the first one, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But the reason why I bring that up is because at the very end, there's just this mass ball of hatred. The moon being from Bloodborne, whatever, It was a moon being, got defeated along with the person that was its host in the beginning. And I just went, all right. I've never railroaded anything in the 3 years that we've been doing these campaigns. You guys can't stop this one. The one action that I said you guys cannot stop.
Yeah.
Because I've never railroaded anything. I've let them one-shot my bosses. I've let them derail my story. I've let them do a lot of bullshit. But I said, this is the one thing that you cannot stop no matter what. And even Aurora tried to stop that.
Yeah,
I told her, no.
It always feels a little bad when someone railroads you, but there's certain times you have to.
Yeah, but it was the very end, and I wanted the climax that I wanted, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. At the end
and I didn't know if I was... oh, sorry.
At the end of the campaign, I was cruising, went crazy, kill all my clan, chose then one... okay, I understand. Yeah, that's pretty cool, though, Marson.
Yeah, but just to go back to what I was saying, even though...
Yeah,
but just to say, the one thing that I railroaded is that my character touched the hatred that was left over to become the personification of that, and he just looked to the entire party and just said, "Kill me."
He went with the Lelouch approach.
Yeah.
Have you seen Code Geass?
Yeah, fully.
Okay. I was like, do you actually get that? Hold on, I should clear
that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Okay.
I completely get that.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I did completely go that route. And we were playing, like, pre-made characters, so, like, everybody had their lore characters, quote-unquote, but, like, Rex was playing 2B, Crystal was playing... Well, some people had had characters, because in the first season, everybody was playing a character from a series, so that we kind of had an idea of what everybody looked like, instead of starting pure roleplay from the start, if you get it. But, yeah. Anyway, second season, Rex played 2B, and this is his moment that he remembers the most, even above rolling 320s. Is that everybody was beat down by my character utterly, because I was fighting with everything I had, every bit of creativity, every bit of, like, what can I use in this environment to beat people, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he just goes, what if I just tackle Garrett with 2B and use the explosion? And I said, alright. He rolled a 20, and he'll always remember that, because he exploded and took out my character in one turn. But it felt so thematically correct that I just let it happen. But if he rolled anything lower, if he rolled a 19 because I rolled a 15, and my character was supercharged, I said I would have kicked his character right out of the building they were in and let her explode without anything happening. And I think that made it better to him.
That's fair.
And then afterwards, I said, you know, just because I really love writing sad scenes, he survived, but he's fading away at the current moment. Just so that they could talk to him for just a few more instances, and then he just... And the thing that caught Aurora off guard the most is just... He took a look at one of the characters that didn't really... that kind of got along with him, but didn't, and he picked her out and said goodbye, and then she's the one who saved him in the end. But that's what I'm trying to say, is that there's a certain level of, like, revivals don't mean that it's a bad story or that nothing means anything. It depends on if you have a good group of role players, they can make or break a story really quickly, as you know. And that's why I was bringing that up.
I mean, that's true with anything, though. Like, you know, you can give an actor, like, the worst script in the world, and they could still create gold. Like, you know, like, think about I don't know if this is a controversial thought or not, but, like, I personally adore Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And, like, the man is amazing, even in, like, the worst scripts. And it's just it's the same thing. It's...
And if I had to go back to King Crimson over there and say anything, I'd just tell him, you know, I'm spoiled by good role players. I get that you've never had any good role players then. In fact, I don't even
Christ.
think the man himself is that great at creating a he has this thing, and this is where we diverge a lot. Is that he's a good role player. However, he doesn't understand emotions that well, and he's just chasing after making the party feel good via action and making it difficult.
I mean, that's still there's still a time and place for that.
I agree. I utterly agree with that. But when I say like for me in particular, if I'm going to create a story, if it's going to be my story, if I'm going to be in a story, I want it to be emotional.
Oh,
And quite honestly, most of the time when my characters can get killed off because I'm having a really shitty day, because my luck is just that shit. I've rolled 4 1s in a row because my day was just that bad, right?
yeah. I mean, it happens.
But when it's a system where I can die and then it's a permadeath and then it's like, well, I was having a bad day and they're just like re-roll the character and I'm like, I don't have any emotion in this character anymore.
I mean, you just got to start over. It sucks, but yeah,
I
I've been
no,
in
I
that
get
moment
that,
too.
but for me in particular, if I have a bad day and they're calling me to do the role play, which honestly I have to do at that point,
Yeah.
it's different. It's different because he wants a role play that goes on for a year or so, that sort of thing, instead of like a 3 or 4 month one that's kind of fun, that sort of thing, where it
Yeah.
has those moments. But he's throwing out these moments that are like really dangerous and like pushing the party to their limits. But he wants me to have an emotional connection with this character to the point of where I'm supposed to like them for years and care about them for a year or so, like that sort of thing.
The
When they
man
can
is
just die,
Ramsey
like
says the
just
man. Oh, sorry.
just I was just gonna say just like a snap.
Yeah. Going back to my comment about Nick Cage, the man is in DBD. He can't be that bad. Did you know Nick Cage like used to own the Lalaurie Mansion and stuff in like uh uh shit, my brain just blank. New Orleans.
Uh.
Like dude is like goth royalty. All right, I'm going to assume this is a bone. I was going to check the picture, but I couldn't find it on the picture.
But like I'm trying to say though, Prof, is that I'm spoiled by good role players.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I mean like the role playing part of good role players. I'm not saying that people are just bad at it, but it's like I consider myself a dime a dozen DM, but my players are really fucking good.
Hey, sometimes that helps. You mutually help each other get better, you know?
Yeah.
So as the darker side starts to grow, gains the ability to reverse the positive energy of the bustling fungus spores, turning them into negative, thus healing into the damage turns them absorb. That's a really cool aspect.
But like Crystal works so well with me that she is able to make pretty much any time that my character nearly dies into more emotional, rather than it being like, oh yeah, he lived on a coin flip, so what really matters in that?
Well,
that
that's
sort of thing.
that's another thing I think a lot of people discount though, is like, even like doing like narrative war games, having a group that knows each other well enough to play off each other is a massive boon, and it's not something everyone has. Like, I mean, of course, when you're putting new groups together, or a new person
Yeah, they
joins the
take a
group and
while.
stuff, yeah. But like, having people that like work well together and just mesh is like a really unstated thing that a lot of people tend to overlook when they play, that I've seen a lot of people overlook playing these games. They just like, oh well, like there's at our friendly local store, there's a guy that really likes Savage Worlds and has been trying to get a bunch of people to play it, and I myself included, and like, it's one of those, like, not he doesn't mesh very well. Like, he seems like a fine enough guy. I don't really know him, but just he's very off-putting to most of the people there. So like, I hear the game is not going very well,
Yeah.
and it's like, you can't just throw a group of people together and expect gold. You got to work on it, and that's a thing. Like, if you guys have done it for so long and learned each other to that degree, That's like the group I play with every other Tuesday, which I won't be doing tomorrow night. I'm playing Devour instead. They're also out of town.
Yeah.
They're actually in England right now. But the the two of them are married. Two of them are brother and sister. And then like one of them is the married couple's oldest child who sometimes joins us. One of the other guys is like literally one of their best friends from their entire life. Like I am realistically the newest person in that group, and I've even known them all for 20 something years. Like it's playing with them is fantastic. I just don't want to DM for them anymore. Or playing with them is
Yeah.
fantastic. Like we all get each other very well. We know how we're going to react to things in a greater to lesser degree. It's just it's just DMing for them. It's so bad.
Because, Prof, what I really want is I want to show you what I can do either as a player or a DM sometime.
Yeah. The other thing is I'm very I don't like open-ended systems very much because like they just
I don't really care about if I DM, it's only a system that I created when I was dating, whatever. I don't care. If you pick a system and I learn that system, I'll fucking do it for you. I'll do a Vampire the Masquerade system. I read through that book. I know everything about that book because I was forced to.
Yeah, I don't think I'd DM Vampire.
I said I would DM Vampire.
Oh, okay.
As a player, though, you would have to pick the system because I'm not picking that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll think about it. It's a matter of it's going to be a down the line kind of thing if I do anything like that.
I know, but that's the point. Is that if you want to see what I can do, just throw me in. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. People put such high expectations on me sometimes, and I don't know why. Until like they're like, I was crying at the end of your story, and I was like, ah, jeez.
Idea on the more sinister side is good. To side come and go. In the seasons they slowly turn to one of. That would be like a cycle of death and rebirth. Like fungus is a really common thing for that. So yeah, that works. The kitten is meowing at me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear her.
No. Like, if I'm allowed to not be my normal gloomy, like, with the feelings that I have towards myself, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I am a good fucking role player, and I can create a sad scene very well.
All right. So
This is my craft of 18 years, Broth. I've been role playing since I was 10.
I mean, same. Hi, sweetie. Yes. Where'd you go? There you are.
And I mean pure role playing, not even a system.
Hi. No, no. Yeah. You can't step on that. Stop. Say hi, Rosie. You heard her now? Yeah. Say hi, Rosie. I know, it's a light. Oh, that's a mischievous face. Come back and see Kitty. Yeah, the kitten has joined us. Oh, no, stop, careful. I know there was a noise upstairs. You're okay. The kitten has joined us. Needs another coat? Alright, hold still. Hold on. We're gonna paint you. All right, ready? Oh, I hear someone coming downstairs. I think mommy's coming to adopt you. To abduct you. I think she's coming to abduct you.
Abduct.
Flee, Rosie! Flee! Run away!
She keeps meowing. She might need her food.
I know, she might need her food. I don't know, she just kind of walked around. Alright.
Oh, big purrs.
I need to...
I think I'm getting sick.
Oh, that's great.
Because my throat is getting, like, very sore very rapidly.
Well, stop that.
Okay, thanks.
Remind me to punch Odie. He made a perfect joke.
Oh no, this is such a catastrophe. Woo, we're making animal puns. I hope that stung.
Alright, hold on.
I too will punch you.
Lunecra says she'll punch you too.
Oh, you have cat to be kidding me.
Oh, that was just bad.
Oh, so you're saying that I hope that stung isn't as bad?
Just, I'd like to point out, Lunecra is technically a kitty girl VTuber. So, like... like, she doesn't really have lore, but her character is a cat girl, so...
Oh, I should stop making these puns. Yammer mind. Yeah. And when Lunecra punches me, I'm just gonna say meow.
That sounds right. We have so much.
Ow.
What? Oh no! Hollow also makes a ton of puns. Oh no! Hollow knows Odie now. Okay, I need to... These bones are awfully flat. Puns for days. Sure, Bungle will find them funny after he's a fun guy. Oh, you really had to... Tomba, look what you did!
What did I do?
Everyone's making puns now! That's true, she has been compared to a cat fairly often.
Look, Prof, these puns will go down in history.
It was also your nickname at one point, but yeah. These puns will go down in history, huh?
Yeah.
Don't you... I'm not sure how to word that. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna make a nya joke.
That's why I said yammer mind.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that pun was just awful.
Odie started the puns. Tama picked them up.
Yeah, that is what happened. Look, I love cat puns.
Yeah, actually, you do. And I mean, your fucking name's Tama, which is Japanese for cat.
No, it isn't. It's a nickname for cat, but I'm pretty sure it means fish.
Maybe. You a Nyaver?
I'm pretty sure.
You a Nyaver, Odie? I would like to point out, Lunecra knows how to drive to your house, Odie.
These puns are really cathartic.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, cathartic.
I'm ignoring that one.
Wait a meow, you're ignoring my puns?
I'm ignoring cathartic.
Cathartic. Meow, you're talking.
My only saving grace is that Krim isn't here right now, because when the day I met Krim, that motherfucker, I was trapped in a car with Krim for 3 hours. You know what that 3 hours consisted of?
What?
Tree puns.
Why didn't you leave?
Because I was trapped in a car. I couldn't get out of the car.
Oh man, that problem would stump me too.
I do this to myself. I hate myself.
Yeah, and you know that Wesker from Resident Evil would have a cat named Mr. Whisker?
Yeah, he did. He turned into a tyrant. Do I pine? Really, love? Really? You're doing it now? My wife, who has threatened to beat me for making puns before, on more than one occasion. Tainted Donut and I made like an hour and a half of sheep puns one day, and she came after me with a knife.
That's classy. You're really bad to the bone for that one.
Oh my god.
By the way, how well did my sheep noise come out?
Not very good, but I got it.
Aw.
I understood.
No.
It was pretty bad. Sepia.
Would you help me to make better puns, Prof?
Sure, Tama. That sounds like a worthwhile cause that won't at all drive me completely insane. It's okay, the puns won't take up too much in the mushroom chat. Maybe ask for a spruce? Really? I think you're being a birch, Odie.
You know, if we do these puns too much, your Prof is gonna pepper jack us up.
I'm alright.
This is all overwhelming. Overwhelming.
Alright, do you think that reads as like slightly bloody skeleton there? I mean, I'm gonna put blood for the blood god on it, because, you know, the ghoul.
You have to.
Yeah. It's alright. I'll just message pigeons.
Anyway, this is Foxy. Fox. I called you a fox. Maybe we should do fox puns, Prof.
I'm a fox now? Huh?
I like foxes. Yeah, now you're fox. You're feeling fox-tastic today.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What?
Fox-tastic.
Yeah, that was. Look, man. Sometimes you gotta stretch it like long cat.
I don't like that one.
What do you mean you don't like that one?
The Fox-tastic does not. That's just weird.
See, that's the best type of pun. You don't give a fuck.
This unsettles me. These are my friends. These are the people I call my friends. I'm gonna die in a fire made out of puns. Sad clap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're real sad about that, ain't you, Odie? Oh, I gotta paint all the skeletons on his fucking... I'll do the cape later. I'll do the skeletons on the cape later. Because I think we're gonna finish this, and because he's still drying. All that wash I put him is still fucking wet. Like, wash takes so long to dry, but it's like, you know, it's just so nice. So we're not gonna finish him tonight, obviously. So I'm gonna try to get as much of the base here done as I can. And this spot here that I'm working on, so the cape is more or less dry. So the cape goes in like
all right, everybody. Making puns in here is treason.
Tama!
Prof. Hold on. Let's make a treaty.
I mean, you can hit it with like a blow dryer and stuff, but it does mess it up a little bit sometimes, and it's not worth it. Yeah, so that's how his cape fits in there. So
can we just say that this entire pun thing is the real streak? Streak. I can't say that properly. That's so fucked up.
It's fine because that was dumb. That might be the dumbest pun you've said tonight so far.
Bullshit. I think that Foxtastic one was dumber.
Okay, that Foxtastic, yeah, it's a toss-up. It is a true toss-up.
Do you think that I should make a trio of bad puns?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Look, Prof, I hope that these puns will be in your dreams.
I'm gonna willow
There
away.
you go. There's the third one.
What a tree cherry. What a treachery. Ha 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 ha. I'm really excited to see this done.
You know, Prof, I really like food. Can we do food puns? Do you have a food pun?
Do I have a food pun? You know, I
Any food puns that would make me jelly?
That was pretty cheesy. Yeah, I'm not exactly the punch master
It was
that
pretty cheesy, just, Prof. You got me.
y'all are thanks, love. Yeah, thanks. I'm not exactly the punch master that Krim is.
Yeah, but you're really on a roll today.
Better believe it.
Do not give up.
don't quit your day job. That's what I expected you to say.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with all these puns, I'm feeling better than ever.
Not going to throw down to the Punderdome.
I carrot believe that pun.
That was a bad one.
I've been doing a really bad one so far, Prof.
Yeah,
What do you want
I
from
know,
me?
I know. That was extra.
Yeah, I'm feeling really saucy.
And roast turkey.
What?
Fucking being a roast turkey.
Yeah. You know, Prof, when you were doing those food puns, that meal made me want on more.
Well, my ability is getting pretty low, man.
Speaking of Romaine, please remain calm.
So I know just so many. I got update on my model while we were sitting here, and I quickly sent it to her a few minutes ago.
Oh yeah, you sent it to me too.
Yeah. She says she fears teeth now.
This is
So no, well, I mean, actually, I'm not gonna share it, but let's just say that the progress update for Prof 1.0's teeth would not look out of place with your teeth Kirby, their aspect.
yeah, Prof, you're on a real cinnamon roll today.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be committing orange strawberry.
That was a good joke.
The red detailed teeth end up spinning like a whole. Yeah, probably.
You know, and speaking of puns that don't make sense. You're welcome, Prof.
What?
I said, speaking of puns that don't make sense.
Oh, I thought you just cut out. I didn't realize that was intentional. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Thanks. Yeah, we're about to end now too. There's about I've hit about the extent I can do tonight without waiting on this to finish drying. So we got a pretty good start on it. His base coats are basically done. It's all detail work from this point on.
Yeah, and we devolved into puns. This is nonsense.
Nonsense. This is every day in the classroom.
Wads up. No. Look, Prof, these puns are just a coincidence. I'm looking up that word. I looked up that word as much as foxtastic. I blame you, Prof. This is all your fault.
This is my fault.
Yeah.
Odie started it. And then he just ran away.
Well, then it's your fault.
That sounds right. Alright, let me go ahead and clean up here, and then we will be ending. So let's go ahead, and this is what we got done tonight. Let me get this stuff out of the way here.
And these puns were a tough run. I barely made it.
You missed saying you barely made it.
No, I said I barely made it.
I was saying if we're still going for the food puns, barley made it.
Oh. Don't waste my time.
So there we go. That's where we got. we're waiting on everything to finish. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I can do.
All right, honey, I'm gonna need you to quit those puns.
Hold on, there's one more thing I can do. Puns aside.
Oh, okay.
And that's
We'll put up a barrier.
Oh, I already did wash his face. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be alright.
Oh, perfect.
It'd be alright. It'd be alright. It'd be alright. Alright. So what we got done tonight. We got most of the base done, actually. Most of the base is done. His body is mostly done. I just gotta do some detail work there, so that's not too bad. His cape, I just gotta do some edge highlights on. I really should have fixed a couple of these spots before I painted them, though, but it's fine. It won't be super noticeable. This needs some edge highlighting. There's some details in there I want to pick out, and his face. So yeah, actually, we could probably knock this out next time. We got a lot done tonight.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So, all right, let me go ahead and take a run to the other room, and we will. You know, fuck it, I'll just do it from here. Cause I have this software that lets me go.
At least we got off the tree puns. Isn't it a relief?
All right, next time in the classroom, we will be publicly assassinating Tama. All right, I'm taking bitters on.
Look, Prof, these puns won't stop unless you get rid of this problem. I'm really rooting for you.
In Minecraft, we will be publicly assassinating him in Minecraft, a game I don't play.
I didn't play that game either. All right, I'll leave before you have to do.
Well, no, hold on. I'm about to raid out. Let's see who we got.
Okay, don't be a sap.
Maybe you should leave. Hold on. Let's see who we got. Speaking of Minecraft, Panda Lun is playing Minecraft. We got. Actually, not a lot of my friends are on.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of pine.
Really?
I'm sure you'll be pine.
Feed the problem to Teeth Kirby. Oh god. Oh god, no. Teeth Kirby is terrifying.
Don't worry, Prof. The puns walnut stop. Walnut stop.
Make you get in the chestnut.
You seem a little stumped.
It's all open.
Okay,
now.
I'm done.
All right, we're gonna find someone to raid. Let's see if we got anyone that's also painting right now. If not, we'll just raid over to Panda. He's playing Minecraft, which Minecraft, but Panda's a good dude. Let's see here.
Well, at least you got a lot done.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy. Like I really love this model, and I mean it helps that I do play the army, but I really love this model. I was really excited for it. So, you know what? Actually, we'll raid Raph. I haven't raided Raph in a long time. He's playing Warframe.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you didn't see that pun.
What?
The U pun.
Oh god damn it!
Wouldn't you like to know?
All right, we're gonna raid Raph. He's playing Warframe.
All right, I'm done. I'm seriously done this time.
I believe you.
Well, you're leaving now. I can't make these good ones now.
If I can spell his name right, holy hell!
Rob, come on.
we go. All right. So we're going to raid on over to him. We will be back tomorrow with Devour with Blue, Egg, and I. Wednesday, we will be playing Mouthwashing. Thursday, I have company-mandated fun I will be attending. Again, which should be the last one for a while. And then Friday, actually, I am off Friday, so we might go live a little early, and maybe...
Get out of here.
Exactly.
We're leaving.
So Friday, we might actually go live a little early and try to finish this guy. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, we're going to go over to Raph. He's playing Warframe. Show him your love. He's a great dude. He was having some stuff earlier in the year, so definitely. But anyway, I will see you all at a later date. Let me get this channel swap here ready. And thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Tama, thank you for hanging out. Knew you were. Oh, okay. Thanks, Aurora. Yeah, have a good one, Nocturne. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, dude. And I will talk to you all later. So class is dismissed.
Oh god.
Yeah, I can
Incoming
try that.
raid. Hey.
Raid.
Oh, it's Prof. Hey, Prof. Let me give you that